everyone. This is Reverend Sheree Taylor Jones. I'm here to be with you. All right. I like that you like the cue music. Hi, everyone. This is Reverend Sheree Taylor Jones. I'm here to be with you. So, you may be looking for Reverend Jeffrey, and what's happening for me right now, where there's a delay, is there's a 15-second delay on this. So I'm hearing two things at the same time. So give me just one moment. All right. So you may be looking for Reverend Jeffrey. And what's happening for me right now, where there's a delay, is there's a 15-second delay on this. So I'm hearing two things at the same time. So give me just one moment. Oh. So I'm Reverend Sheree Taylor Jones. We'll start again. And today's talk is going to be New Beliefs, New Life. And Reverend Jeffrey, the sound team, and um, the worship team, they are all on vacation today. Isn't that fabulous? Well deserved, I might add. So you get me. And you might be wondering, well, why aren't I in your beautiful building? Well, a funny thing happened on the way to South Sound. Um, Graham and I, my husband, we are RVing 24/7, and we left Florida to head to you because Jeffrey talks about you all the time. He loves you and couldn't wait to visit. And we got stuck here in Oregon with the coronavirus. So we are at a stay at home right here at Coos Bay. It's beautiful here. We're in a lovely campground that looks right out onto the bay and surrounded by beauty at a stay in home. I'm calling it a blessing. So here I am virtually with you. And it's going to look different because we don't have the whole team with us, right? So it's going to be just me and you. So looking forward to it. I'm so glad that you're here and that you've joined in this virtual service. So why don't we start a service like we normally do with an opening prayer? So if you're willing, let's just take that deep breath and exhale. And as we exhale, we bring our consciousness, our awareness to this now moment. And we invite Spirit, God, allness, love, principle, whatever name you use, it doesn't matter. We just invoke and invite Spirit to be with us now. In this moment of thanksgiving, in this moment of gratitude, we say thank you to all of the folks that are on the front line during this time, during this pandemic. All the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, the janitors, the cafeteria staff, everyone. We say thank you and deep appreciation for those who are working in the grocery stores, who are in pharmacies, keeping us going. We are truly blessed. We are in such deep appreciation for all you do and in how you serve us. We send out our love and light to those who have been affected by the coronavirus. We send healing, light, and love to you. And lastly, we say thank you for our stay at home and comfort with our loved ones. We have everything that we need. We are truly blessed. And so we breathe. Focusing on our breath, I want you to imagine with me this golden light coming from the heavens beautiful, filled with love, compassion, wholeness, comfort. And it comes down through your crown chakra. Allow it in, allow it to permeate every cell of your body, of your being, of your knowing. Allow that energetic light to flow through all of your chakras, down through your thighs and your legs and into your feet, and have your feet planted and allow that energy to go into Mother Earth. Yes, Mother Earth is being given a respite right now. And so we send that love, that healing, that energy, that compassion into Mother Earth. And we just take that moment to breathe into it and allow Mother Earth to send her grounded energy up to you through your feet, your legs, your thighs, in through your body, and allow it to reside in your heart chakra. And that blend from above and below, the love, the comfort, the peace, and the groundedness right there, energetically. And now allow a pulse to come out through your heart chakra, connecting to everyone who is connected with us virtually right now. Watch it flow out and through everyone's heart chakra, creating a gossamer crystal web that connects us all. And in that connection, there is oneness, there is love, unconditional love and safety. And as we watch that energy flow through and as everyone, connecting us all, we call this time sacred. We call this connection holy. And we claim oneness now. Feel that. I can feel it. That energetic pulse of connection. And as we breathe, I release this prayer in the knowing of its truth. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Yay. Oh, I'm just so excited and grateful. I got up so early because I was so excited to be with you. So I'm glad you're all here. So I thought that today we'd do something a little special. We would have this time together where we look at what our beliefs are, especially around the pandemic and what's happening today. And I'm going to make this a little interactive. Overall, I'm going to give you 3 questions that I'm going to ask you to answer through this talk. And you can put it in, you can type your responses in the comment section underneath my video there, or if you're not comfortable with that, on paper. So are you ready to begin? I'm ready. All right. So let's start. So where do we get our beliefs from? You know the ones. The ones that tell us what's right and wrong, perhaps who's part of our tribe and who doesn't belong, who's deserving and not deserving. Many of you may have heard this quote before. It's the Socratic quote that says, "The unexamined life is not worth living." You know, it's a powerful statement on the journey for self awareness, spiritual awakening, and freedom. And it's a powerful statement for right now when we are in the midst of a pandemic. Now, the term pandemic simply means a disease that impacts an entire country or world. And the disease that we're dealing with is known as the coronavirus, COVID-19. So here is your first question that I'm going to share with you. It's coming up on the screen because I don't know about you, but sometimes I forget, what did she just ask? So here it is. The question is, what is your belief about the disease? And what feelings and thoughts arise as you verbalize the term COVID-19, coronavirus, whether you listen on the news, you read it in the paper, you talk to your friends, whatever it is. And this process is really simple. As I mentioned before, just jot down your thoughts and your feelings in the comment area. If you're not comfortable, you can do it on paper at home. But here's the thing, don't think about it. Don't spiritualize your responses. Don't worry about what anyone else types, who said what. This is a time for free association, meaning let out the thoughts and feelings that are there. You see, they're there whether they're in your awareness or not. So just keep jotting it down, keep your thoughts flowing. I created that safe space for us to do this work, to take the risk. And you are creating a place for others to also say how they feel. You know what I found often in spiritual circles? We've been conditioned to only say positive things, which is wonderful and necessary for co-creation. And and the reality is we are both human and spiritual. We must make peace with both aspects and integrate them for wholeness. So I'm going to pause for a moment and look at what you're writing. Hi. It's good to see everyone there. Oh, it's good that we're staying safe. Oh, and so as we kind of breathe into what we're writing, the thoughts that are coming up, I invite you to witness without judgment, to witness what's in this field that we've created energetically. I'm hearing that the sound needs to be a little louder, so I'm going to bring my mic down and try that. So you're going to see a microphone now. Let me know if that works any better. I hope it does. Okay. So if you've taken that time to write about what your belief is about this disease, about the coronavirus, I'm going to invite you to take a nice deep breath in and let go. I'm going to stop sharing that screen now, and here you are with me again. So on my journey, I've come to recognize that as a divine human being, I'm here on this planet to have all human experiences. Yes, experiences such as joy and happiness, but also those experiences that, even sometimes I'm not sure they're of God. And let's face it, on the surface, it's difficult to find anything good about COVID-19. Intellectually, we know our bodies, they're not immortal, and we know our souls are eternal. And even in knowing all of this, we feel anxiety and fear at the possible threat to our physical well-being or the physical well-being of those we love. And I'm here to tell you, this is normal. It's normal to feel these things. It's part of being human. And here's the thing, what makes us think we should be any different than our way shower? We just finished the Lenten season and celebrated Easter, and we saw even Jesus was experiencing feelings of fear and anxiety when he hoped to forego enduring betrayal by his beloved apostles and his crucifixion. As a spiritual person, it's often difficult to allow ourselves to feel anxious. We may have a belief that we shouldn't feel this way. It may reflect poorly on us as spiritual practitioners, It may call our spiritual practices into question. Maybe we're not meditating hard enough or long enough or whatever. It has us questioning our centeredness and who we are. And all of that is a myth, my friends. I'm here to tell you it's a myth. So let's look at anxiousness, anxiety. The dictionary has two definitions for the word anxious. The first one says, experiencing worry, unease, or nervousness, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. But the second one I found really interesting, which says, wanting something very much, typically with a feeling of unease. You see, anxiousness is felt whether we are worried, unsure, or even filled with desire and excitement and happiness. Anxiety becomes a problem when we create a false belief that feeling anxiety is bad or wrong. Anxiety is simply part of the human condition. It's normal. Now, maybe some of you are thinking, it's strange that I'm inviting you to write about your beliefs, even if they're negative, right? It kind of goes against the grain of what we've been taught. But here's the thing. We cannot shift what we do not acknowledge. Did you hear me? We cannot shift what we do not acknowledge. Yes, being positive is essential to co-creating an abundant life. But if our underlying fears are still driving us, then we're simply putting a Band-Aid on a wound when surgery is necessary. And so how it manifests is that, yes, we have moments of joy, but if our foundation is easily broken apart by any stimuli, then it's very temporary. Is it not? And I guess that's why I'm so passionate about the work I do, which is about giving you permission to feel all your feelings, making peace across the entire spectrum, and integrating them into wholeness. It's in our resistance to what is. That's where we create angst and suffering. So where do we get our beliefs from? Where would we get the belief that feeling anxiety and fear is bad and to be avoided at all costs? Well, I can tell you how I learned that. I learned that feeling anxiety was wrong, and I can remember I was taught that by my parents. It was unacceptable to feel anxious. This belief came partly from their inability to cope and nurture kids, and partly from wanting us to be perceived by others as strong, which would inevitably keep us safe. It's a myth. It's a myth, my friends. Here's the thing. When we first come into this plane of existence as babies and children, we are unconditional love and light. And as we get older, we are told the rules of our family, which is a system. Then we're taught the rules of how to behave in school, another system. And then how to fit in and behave appropriately within our society, yet again, another system. This conditioning eventually becomes our view of the world, and it becomes our belief system. All of the systems that humanity has created over time become ingrained into our own belief systems. And depending on how our earliest cultural indoctrination occurred, meaning how we were taught, raised, and developed, becomes internalized in our psyche so much that we come to believe our understanding and perceptions are the right ones, and most importantly, the only ones that matter. The ability to understand that our beliefs are simply manufactured by other humans who have gone into agreement with, see, we've gone into agreement with these beliefs, and that is one of the most powerful concepts in changing our thoughts and perceptions. Understanding that many of our embedded beliefs are fabrications allow us to analyze, assess, release, and then embrace new beliefs, which shifts our consciousness and enables us to co-create a world we choose to inhabit. Now, maybe some of you are thinking, oh my God, we need rules. We need rules for our society. Otherwise, there will be chaos. And you know what? That's a valid point. It's important to know how to navigate society and how to positively contribute to this society. It's a good thing for the individual and the group collective. It helps us all to get along together. Think of it like, the rules of the road. When you're driving down the road to your destination, it's vital to our survival and safety to know that most people on the road understand when to stop, when to yield to another vehicle, which side of the road to drive, how fast to go, how to change lanes, all of that. The rules of the road provide a way for us to shop and visit friends, travel, and much more with the relative certainty of doing this without killing ourselves or others, right? So we say good on that. The problem occurs when the rules of the road become a hindrance. They become outdated, no longer viable, or no longer useful to us. I'll give you an example. In America, as cars were coming into the mainstream in the early 1900s, there were quite a number of traffic rules, and some of them were really weird. I'll tell you about this one in Virginia. Here's the rule. Women are prohibited from driving a car on Main Street unless her husband is walking in front of the car waving a red flag. Yep, that's the rule. And this rule was implemented as a means to slow down women drivers from spooking horses and killing pedestrians. Can you imagine if this rule was still enforced today? We'd call it insanity, right? Among other things. So this rule, if it was in our parlance today, if it was a rule of the road, it would harm lots of people today. That rule had to be analyzed, assessed, released, and then new ones added. And our personal beliefs work the same way. A belief system that made sense to our parents or grandparents may no longer be applicable for us today. But often we think that their beliefs are our beliefs because we choose not to examine them to determine if they make sense for us today. Sure, we may be willing to change how we integrate technology and scientific improvements, but when it comes to the intangible concepts, such as emotions, faith, God, sexuality, morality, we are less willing to examine whether our understanding and beliefs make sense, are still valid, and are even ours or just what we've been conditioned to believe. So a new rule's come on. Today we're told about social distancing, right? That it's vital to stopping the spread of the coronavirus. So here is your next question. I'm going to bring it up. Bear with me a moment as I share the screen. There it is. So what beliefs do you hold about the meaning of this rule? What beliefs do you hold about the meaning of this rule? And I'm going to give you time to just jot down your thoughts. Once again, don't judge your thoughts. Don't try to make it sound right or good or whatever you're thinking. Just really allow yourself to just free associate. What meaning do you make of this rule, social distancing? Now, there could be a myriad of thoughts about this. Perhaps you think it's a necessary rule. Maybe you think it's good for everyone. It shows the care for community, for others. Maybe you think it's the collapse of the economy and the world as we know it. Maybe you think it's inconvenient. Maybe you think it's someone else's problem, not yours. And maybe you think you're immune to this because as a metaphysician, you think you would never get the COVID virus. Whatever it is, I invite you to use the chat area. I'll give you a moment. I'm looking at some of your responses. Thank you. Thank you for taking the risk and putting your thoughts and feelings out there. Because even if we're virtual, we can still connect. And that's what's so important about today's talk as well. That I get to see you and you get to see me. You get to hear me and I get to read your thoughts. Yeah, I like that. We're not separate. Love is the answer. Thanks, Chris. I believe it's important to slow the spread of the virus. Yes, necessary, but hard to be physically separated from family and friends. Yeah, I feel that. Thank you. And I do like, I hope it's over soon. Yes. Yes, we don't want to hurt or carry it to anyone else. Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to stop sharing that screen for the moment and bring you back with me. And thank you for your thoughts. And the reason that I ask you to write your thoughts about this rule is, listen to this. Whatever meaning we make, whatever belief we hold, is what will make this time constrictive or expansive. Did you hear me? Whatever meaning we make, what belief we hold, is what will make this time constrictive or expansive. We are on the precipice of great change, my friends. We are being asked to challenge our beliefs. Do we continue to accept the systems that are in place? Or do we co-create new systems in which everyone thrives, everyone's safe, everyone's healthy? Social distancing is a new system put in place to stem the exponential spread of the coronavirus. But if we hold on to the old way of being, going about our business as normal, not thinking about the other person, hugging and breathing on each other, many more people will get sick and probably die. The old systems that have been in existence have been agreed upon by many generations. We have also gone into acceptance and agreement with these existing systems. Once we learned how to navigate these systems successfully, it's difficult to give up that system. If in the old system we find worth, praise, and abundance, to ask us to give up a system we are successfully operating within can seem as a threat to our very survival. And it's human nature to want to be seen as successful, to thrive. And we will do everything we can to uphold the status quo, even if it means hurting others or others don't thrive. So I'm going to give you another example about looking at our belief system in another way. I'll use the analogy of how our computers operate, right? We've all come to realize that in order to function in our society, we must be able to operate computers quickly and effectively. When our computers slow down or don't have the memory or the storage or the applications necessary to keep pace with the technological advancements, we know we must upgrade. And this upgrade sometimes is as simple as downloading a piece of software that can correct the errors from happening, right? That's the easy. However, there are times when we must get a whole new computer system because the old one just won't work. We can't fix it to do what it needs to do. In each case, we must analyze and assess what needs to be changed about our computers. This same process must be done for our own lives. We also have to do this assessment to determine what's working, what's outdated, what needs upgrading, or is there anything that needs to be replaced. This analytical introspection happens by reviewing our belief systems. Please know you're not alone. I mean, even I feel in limbo at times. and feeling of uncertainty. And I fluctuate between celebrating being at home with my hubby and the pups while wondering what type of world are we awakening to. But throughout this, I'm committed to examining my beliefs. And because today I've done work enough to know that I'm going to have all of these feelings and I don't have to judge them, then I get to be in acceptance and in love with all of my feelings across all of the feelings that humanity has, right? Because I'm here to have human experiences. But I also can access my divine nature. You see, I'm not bogged down into, oh my God, I'm feeling this. I shouldn't feel this. Oh my God, I'm feeling this. I shouldn't feel this, right? No, I'm not bogged down in that. And so now I have access to my divine nature, allowing the frequency of love and light to vibrate through my consciousness, to find new ways of embracing this new normal. So are you ready for your last question? I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Okay, there it is. It is, what new belief can you create to thrive during this time? What new belief can you create to thrive during this time? And once again, I invite you to use the chat area. So I'm going to give you some time. What new beliefs can you create to thrive during this time? Now, one of my new beliefs is that I can wear very comfortable clothes and work because I'm more effective that way. I love it. Yes, right now I am wearing some yoga pants and my furry slippers. And look at me. I'm still working and I feel really good working, right? I'm not all like buttoned down and uptight. So that's one of mine. So tell me some of yours. Where are you? How are you going to navigate this new normal in a way that you can thrive? Another one of mine is, let me think, is that I get to appreciate nature in a new way. I take time out of my day to be outside with Mother Nature and just breathe in that beauty, watching the birds and the sky and the water and the playfulness of nature. It's like a new awakening, and I like it. It's creating a new sense of balance and creativity in me. So I'll give you a few more moments to come up with a new belief that you can create to thrive during this new normal. Ah, I like that, Graham. Thank you. I have enough that I can help others. Ah, I don't need to hoard. Awesome. Thank you. And if you're unable at this moment to come up with new beliefs, you can borrow. You can borrow mine. You can borrow anyone who puts in their information there. Oh, I like that. I hold my East Coast adult children strong and resilient. Ah, thank you, Ruth. Less is more. Yes, less is more. We don't need as much as we thought we did. That's been a new level of awakening for me as well. And I like it. It just feels less heavy, like I'm not carrying so much. It's lovely. I get to sleep in sometimes. Amen. Like that. Yes. Oh, so as we close out with this, I'll give you a few more minutes to write your new beliefs because I think this is an important piece for us to leave with, and that we'll have this to look back on. So please continue as I'm talking and finishing up with the talk to put down new beliefs on how you're going to thrive during this time, because it's not only for you, it's for everyone who's here now and who will come and watch this video later. So I started off with the Socratic quote: "The unexamined life is not worth living." It's a call for us to shift from being a simple cog in the wheel to creating new ways for everyone to thrive. For everyone to thrive. It asks us to question the status quo of our lives. It requires that we ask ourselves, how can we grow, create, and manifest even during the coronavirus? It suggests that even in social distancing, we can choose to create anew and take stock of what truly matters in our lives. Purpose-filled lives require us to occupy a consciousness of questioning ourselves, our culture, society, and the established systems that we operate within as we inhabit this plane of existence. Self-actualization demands that we discern if the beliefs we hold are truths, our truths, or the truths of our parents and society. And in closing, just know that I celebrate each of you on this journey of awakening consciousness. And I look forward to the world that we co-create anew. I thank you. So let's take a nice deep breath in again. Yes. And now we're coming to that sweet time of meditation. I'm pulling up on the screen the meditation clip, which is of a beautiful spring day with trees blossoming. It's lovely. And there's a little bit of music in the background. And I will start. Let's see. Let me try that sharing again. I think that might be better. I think before what I did is I shared my entire computer screen with you. All right. So here we are. In this time of meditation, if you're willing, take that breath in, hold it, and exhale. Focus on your breath. Focus on your openness and vulnerability today. And know you have done amazing work. The work of renewal, the work of expansion, the work of creation. You are God expressing. And today I invite you to claim that power and that knowing of the truth of who and what you are. A divine human. Here to experience the allness of life and to create and to love. So if you will, just continue to focus on your breathing. Focus on the truth. Focus on your ability to transmute the old and transform the new into a wondrous world that we can be together, where everyone is welcome, everyone thrives, everyone is respected and loved. You have that power. So breathe. Breathe into that energetic knowing, into your wisdom. Breathe into unconditional love. Breathe. And so I invite you to be with this knowing in this moment of silence. And at the sound of my voice, I invite you to bring your awareness, your joy, your essence back to this present moment of power. And when you're willing, open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, stretch a little bit, and know that you are beloved and you are here for a purpose and a reason. So, that has been our service. Once again, if you would like to support Unity of South Sound, there are 3 ways that you can do so. There's the website, unityofsouthsound.org, and there's a donate button in the upper right-hand corner that you can click on to support Unity of South Sound, or you can mail a check to the address that's right there, 710 South Anderson Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405, or you can call in and speak to someone and send us your donation that way. So why don't we close in the way that is just always so juicy and just so affirming and makes me feel like I'm just the beloved of the divine. So if you're willing to join me together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and we know it's all well. So thank you for being here, for joining us, for bringing your energy, your love, your light. It's appreciated. And if you'd like to follow me or contact me in the future, here are my details. My website is preachitsister.com. Sounds appropriate, don't you think? And also, I've written a book, Turning Your Why into Why Not, and it really talks about looking at our human beliefs and how do we go about shifting and transforming in a loving, non-judgmental way. So I am still hoping to see you all in person. That is my hope. So we will see what happens in the next month or so. But in closing, I send you my love, my blessings, and continued joy and support on this journey. Bye now. Love you all.